Hi guys, I'm DKS. I'm here to explain about predicting possible WrestleMania 31 bouts and its results. So stay tuned. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship and Triple H versus Sting have both been officially confirmed at Fastlane, while many others have been heavily hinted at. Some matches are much less likely than others, while some seems basically a certainty. Let's take a look now at 10 potential bouts that could occur at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 31. And another imaginary match will be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. 30 men who are not otherwise occupied on WrestleMania night will compete for a big trophy and a chance at superstardom. We don't know who exactly will be in this match yet, outside of the Miz and former buddies Ryback and Curtis Axel. But it's a safe bet that any feuds that don't end up getting a chance to play out in their own match, Miz versus Mizdow, Ryback and Rowan versus Big Show and Kane, Big Show versus Kane, etc. will end up here. Okay, after Cesaro won last year and almost immediately tumbled down the roster into insignificance, is there anything WWE can do to make this match feel important? So the twist for this match will be Curtis Axel wins by eliminating his old buddy Ryback, and the sublime ironic push he's been getting over the past month will actually amount to something. So, the next possible match will be Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Usos for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Okay, this match is also not confirmed because Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Usos. Or WWE is going to add the Ascension to this match. That is Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Usos versus the Ascension. I don't know. For now, this match will be against the Usos. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Usos. Cesaro and Kidd won the belts from the Usos at Fastlane. Before that, Kidd and his wife Natalia went on a double date with Jimmy Uso and his wife Naomi, which ended about as poorly as you would expect a pro wrestling segment shot in a restaurant to end. On Raw, the Usos won their contractually stipulated rematch, but by disqualification, leaving Cesaro and Kidd in possession of the big pennies. Will this feud feel big enough for WrestleMania? Or will WWE show on in other teams like the Ascension or Miz and Mizdow to enhance the chance? I don't know. But the possible twist will be the Usos regain the titles. Just kidding. So guys, this is the most imaginary card match that I have. Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. Bryan Sheamus has been rumored for so long that it's almost an in-joke among wrestling fans. Rumors sheets will probably have these two paired up heading into every WrestleMania for the next decade. Bryan and Sheamus have a history. They opened WrestleMania 27. They had the infamous 18-second match at WrestleMania 28. And they were rumored to be paired up again last year before the Yes Movement propelled Bryan into the main event. It's a safe bet that Bryan Sheamus will end up happening. And we know these two guys can have a top flight match together. We just don't know how. My guess is it will involve a surprise Sheamus appearance and Bryan getting kicked in the face. So will WrestleMania finally give us the long-awaited heel turn for Sheamus, who's been stuck in a rut as a cartoon Irish superhero for what feels like a decade? One can only hope. So the possible twist for this match will be, judging by this week's SmackDown, Bryan may be inserted into the following match. If that's true, Sheamus might follow, but I had put my money on him entering and winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So guys, this match will be an interesting one. It is for the Intercontinental Championship title, and this match is going to be a ladder match. So it is yet to be announced the participants. Okay, bad news, Barrett will definitely in this match. Truth, Dean Ambrose, I think Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Luke Harper are also going to participate in this match, and I think the winner will be Daniel Bryan. If we participate in this match, the winner will be Daniel Bryan. Otherwise, I think Dolph Ziggler or Dean Ambrose winning the title. Okay guys, there will presumably be a match for the Divas Championship at Wrestlemania, or failing that, a match with Divas involved, probably in great number. As for specifics, champ Nikki Bella will be involved. After that, who knows? Last week on Raw, the hashtag #GiveDivas a chance started trending in reaction to the short shrift they have been getting on WWE television, especially compared to the women of NXT, who are often the highlight of the show. Will WWE, a company notoriously conscious of social media criticism, respond in any meaningful way, or will it continue to position the Divas division as a commercial for Total Divas? So the possible twist for this match will be, recent rumors suggest that former NXT Women's Champ and daughter of Ric Flair, Charlotte, will be in whatever Divas match end up happening at WrestleMania. This is a very good thing. She is a borderline superhuman athlete, and her presence will force the other Divas to up their games, except obviously if WWE never gives a Divas a chance. So the next match will be Stardust vs Goldust. The Rhodes brothers, Cody and Dustin, teamed up in 2013 and almost fell apart before Cody reinvented himself as Stardust, a somehow weirder version of Dustin's otherworldly oddity. But after a tough loss to the Usos, the Dust fell apart. Despite that attempted intervention of their dad, the legendary Dusty Rhodes, Stardust continues to spiral into a maniacal madness while Goldust tries to beat some sense into his partner. After being rumored for the past couple of years, will these two finally get the WrestleMania match they have dreamed about? Or will they get tossed into the Battle Royal and forgotten once again? With Goldust's re-retirement looming and Cody in the midst of his umpteenth repackaging since he debuted with WWE, can he, young as Rhodes, emerge from his feud with enough momentum to propel him to the top of the roster? Which is to say, Cody sealing that of Dusty or that of Dustin. The expected twist for this match will be Papa Dusty comes to the ring in face paint and a bodysuit to help Stardust win the match. So the next possible expected match is Randy Orton vs Seth Rollins. Okay, Randy Orton used to be Authority's chosen champion, but when Triple H enlisted Seth Rollins, Orton's place in the spotlight was jeopardized. Eventually, the tension between the two came to a boil, culminating in Rollins curb-stomping Orton onto the announce table, putting him out of the action for several months. He returned at Fastlane, seemingly ready to exact revenge, but instead has acted the bigger man, laying off Rollins and rejoining the Authority at Stephanie McMahon's urging. Don't worry though, just like now vengeance always find a way, they will end up fighting at WrestleMania. Is this match the unofficial number one contender match? Rollins has the Money in the Bank briefcase, and rumors are rampant that he will figure into the end of the main event, especially if the ending feels too predetermined. If he wins and put Orton in the rear view, it could be straight on to main eventing with Reigns for Rollins. But if Orton wins, he keeps himself in the title picture, challenging Rollins and conceivably Reigns as they switch into roles as foundational stars of the company. Can Orton really be a babyface? Sure, the crowd was excited to see him return, and nobody's ever going to ignore the power of a big comeback and an RKO. But character-wise, Orton has rarely held fans' attention for more than a couple of months. It's one thing to do that as a heel. Orton harnessed his inherent dislikability into an epic heel persona last year. But it's harder to occupy fans' interest as a hero. So the possible twist of this match will be Orton staying with the Authority and ending up in a tag team match against Bryan and Sheamus. That would be a swear. Okay, more realistically though, the shocking move would be for Orton to win and reclaim his role atop the Authority, shoving Rollins into the babyface side of the spectrum. So the next possible match will be John Cena vs. Rusev for the WWE United States Championship. At the Royal Rumble, Cena was being interviewed backstage when Rusev interrupted and the two got into it. They had a match at Fastlane, which Rusev won by cheating for the first time in his career. He hit Cena with a low blow and then made Cena pass out in his finisher, the Accolade. It was the first time Cena had lost via submission in more than a decade. On Monday night, Cena called out Rusev, said he expected more from him, even though he's a gross Russian simp, and Cena challenged him to a rematch at WrestleMania. Rusev declined, but it's safe to assume he will reconsider. Okay. Cena's new annual WrestleMania tradition seems to be going toe-to-toe with WWE's young heel of the moment, and just like last year's feud with Wyatt, Cena will probably win and people will probably complain. Okay. Winning is almost beside the point. The real questions are whether Rusev can hold his own against Cena and prove that he is more than just a jingoistic special feature, that he belongs in the main event, and whether WWE has any desire to make Rusev more than that in the near future. Rusev's gimmick has been fine during his ascent, but having a Russian flag waving brute as your WWE champion, that's so pro wrestling, So, the possible twist in this match will be Lana intervenes to help Rusev win, and Rusev rejects her help. This cost him the match and sets the stage for a split between the two, and in the process builds the increasingly popular Rusev into a full-on fan favorite. So the next match will be Triple H vs Sting. Okay, the WWE universe expected that Sting vs Undertaker is gonna take place in WrestleMania 31, but we all are disappointed that Triple H versus Sting is the only match that's going to happen on WrestleMania 31. So we hope in future WrestleMania 32, Sting face Undertaker. I don't know what is WWE is thinking. Okay, guys. So we got only Triple H versus Sting. Okay. Sting appeared in WWE for the first time at Survivor Series, helping Team Cena beating the Authority. So from that match, the Team Authority lost all the power. Okay. And after that, the Authority has since regained the power, and since then, COO Triple H has been obsessed with the disrespect that Sting showed him. He challenged the WCW icon to a face-off at Fastlane, and Sting accepted it. Okay, guys. Sting got the better end, and while holding his legendary baseball bat at the Triple H's neck, Sting pointed at the WrestleMania logo hanging from the rafters, the international symbol for, "Hey Paul, let's say we have as a match." Yeah, guys. Okay, so we all know the possible results of this match, that Sting is gonna win and Triple H is going to lose this match. And so some twist for this match, this feud evolves into a larger contest for control of the future of the wrestling business, and Sting will say Triple H as Raw's on-screen power broken. If Sting's up for hanging around, I could imagine worse ways to break up the Authority's monotony. So guys, the next match is going to be The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Okay, over the last few weeks, Wyatt has been spewing mysterious cryptic promos calling out an unnamed individual who most assumed was The Undertaker. However, following the WWE Fastlane pay-per-view, Wyatt has cleared up any doubts regarding who he was challenging, and the match is now all but set in stone. During the first ever Fastlane event, the familiar tune that has become synonymous with Taker played as druids came out carrying a casket. Excitement brewed around the arena. Was Undertaker really here? No, he wasn't. The casket opened and Bray Wyatt sat up inside. Wyatt officially made a challenge to The Undertaker for a match at WrestleMania. And it shouldn't be long now before Taker responds. Who would win this match though? Pushing the younger talent would be smart, but this would harm his legacy to a certain extent, somewhat devalue Lesnar's conquering of the streak, and in turn devalue the one who beats the one. I think Taker will win, but I love to see Wyatt win and retire him. Therefore, I am going to go with new face of the fear. Okay, Wyatt wins and retires the Phenom, but I don't think so. Undertaker is going to win, and my predicted winner is The Undertaker. So guys, next is the WrestleMania 31st main event. Yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Reigns, the fast-rising superstar, former Shield member, cousin of The Rock, earned the title shot by winning the Royal Rumble. Then Reigns successfully defended his title shot against Bryan in the main event at Sunday's Fastlane. So, some questions are asked by the WWE Universe. Is the Roman Empire ready to conquer the world? Is Mr. Reigns ready to become the face of WWE? He had a great match against Bryan at Fastlane, but his resume remains thin. Fans will be scrutinizing the main event at Mania, ready to pronounce on any perceived shortcoming by Reigns. Since he got booed out of the arena at the Rumble, WWE has been conducting a character reboot and a campaign to improve his in-ring reputation. The past month has gone a long way toward validating WWE's hopes for Reigns, but that improvement has made it more apparent than ever that Reigns' success depends heavily on WWE's writing and public relations machines. It's not hard to imagine that WWE could revert to the painful storytelling it subjected fans to 6 weeks ago, or that once again Reigns is entrenched atop the company. WWE could embark on the steadiest course of Cena-style Reigns hero worship. This match is about the future of WWE in more ways than one. Reigns has been backing off the front office and the opportunity to grab the company by the reins. More importantly, listener, the superhuman Band-Aid whom WWE called into championship duty last year to impugn real-world legitimacy upon its top title, has signaled that he is interested in returning to the UFC. So, WrestleMania could be his swan song. More recent rumors imply that Lesnar has concussion concerns. That is a good news, guys. Lesnar has a concussion concerns, and that would prohibit a UFC return. And he is open to continuing with WWE. So that's a good news. If Brock Lesnar stays in WWE, then the things will be changed. All the things will be changed. Okay. The latest entirely unverified rumors suggest Lesnar walked out because Reigns failed a drug test last Monday. Okay. So Brock Lesnar was going to appear on last Monday Night Raw, but Roman Reigns failed in a drug test. That's why Brock Lesnar walked out of the building. Okay, even assuming this isn't true, that pushes the meta storyline into even greater relief. This is an untrustworthy outsider versus a charismatic company man. Students of wrestling history know who's going to win that one. Okay. So, the possible prediction for this match is Roman Reigns gonna win. And the twist will be Seth Rollins still has the money in the bank briefcase, guys. And there's a speculation he will cash in at the end of Mania. This would serve two purposes: to put a twist on a predictable ending and to jumpstart the first feud of the Reigns era. I had much rather seen an aggrieved Reigns chasing Rollins than a triumphant Reigns parading around the ring on Raw that night after WrestleMania. So that's all, guys. Of course, none of this may turn out the way I have predicted. The backstage rumors about Bryan, Reigns and Lesnar are some way the most upcoming or pre-Mania storylines, but that's the thing with plot twists and with WrestleMania and with the pro wrestling in general. Imagining is sometimes the best part. We can imagine what we want. We can cheer for our version of things and boo the other stuff. But when we buy into the night, when we give ourselves over to the event, the twists no longer matter. If they don't happen, hell, it could still be fun. And even if things don't play out the way we hope, there is always a next year. So thank you, guys. Please subscribe my channel. Please like this video and stay tuned for more future updates on WrestleMania and other matters. Okay, guys. Good night.